SunTrust team to help buy or remodel your home. SunTrust. Confidence starts here.
Good morning, America. This morning, the war of words. Former CIA Director John Brennan vowing to fight back after being stripped of his security clearance, taking aim overnight at Donald Trump.
I think he's drunk on power.
The latest comments from the president and who could be next.
Urgent manhunt. Police hunting a pair of killers wanted for killing 3 people. Is there a link to other shootings, including a woman whose husband worked with OneRepublic?
What took place while we were
What the band is saying this morning.
Caught on camera, child at the wheel.
Oh, God.
The dangerous chase with a 12-year-old girl speeding down a street, hitting an officer.
He hit the police, bro.
Were police justified in opening fire?
Facing charges, the teenager who pushed a friend off a 50-foot bridge, responding now to the prosecutor's decision after her exclusive interview with GMA.
She had asked me to give her a push.
The penalty she could face, which includes possible jail time.
An ugly battle. Miss America speaking out about new pageant boss Gretchen Carlson. Cara Mund accusing the woman brought in to make sweeping changes with bullying her. The pageant's response this morning.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Hey, good morning. Paul is off this morning. Very happy, though, to have Eva Pilgrim and Whit Johnson with me here on the set. Good morning to both
Great to
of
be back.
you.
Thank you.
Millions of people this morning. I don't know if you saw, you probably experienced it overnight. Millions of people dealing with dramatic and dangerous storms overnight.
Look at this video from here in New York City. The skyline illuminated by the lightning. And in New Hampshire, this road, you'll see here in a second, washed out. Rob will be here soon. He will tell us what is coming for us next.
We had a lot of little kids coming into our room last night, awakened by the lightning and the thunder. So big night there. But we start here with the extraordinary war of words between the president of the United States and the man who until recently ran the CIA. Overnight, former CIA Director John Brennan blasting President Trump for revoking his security clearance.
This, as the Washington Post reports, the White House has drafted documents revoking clearances of other current and former officials who either criticized the president or were involved in the Russia probe.
ABC News White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is in New Jersey, where the president is spending the weekend. Tara, good morning.
Good morning, guys. That's right. And this does not seem to be ending anytime soon. John Brennan says he'll fight for those officials who still have their security clearance. Overnight, former CIA Director John Brennan, stripped of his security clearance, now calling it an egregious act and vowing to fight back.
The fact that he's using a security clearance of a former CIA director as a pawn, I think he's drunk on power.
The White House says it's not about settling scores, but many are saying President Trump is sending a strong message to his critics, announcing that the Obama-era CIA director will no longer have access to classified information, citing his erratic behavior and wild outbursts on the internet.
I've had a tremendous response for having done that.
Mr. President, what do you say to those who say you're trying to silence your critics by taking away the clearances?
If anything, I'm giving them a bigger voice.
Brennan, an unabashed critic of the president, who called his meeting with Vladimir Putin, quote, nothing short of treasonous, saying he won't be silenced.
I will fight on behalf of those who still have their clearances.
This latest battle with the president comes after 60 former CIA officers signed an open letter on Friday condemning the president's decision, adding their names to the list of more than a dozen former senior intelligence officials who called Trump's actions an attempt to, quote, stifle free speech.
I can tell you, having worked in the national security and intelligence community for many, many years, these are not the type of people who are going to be bullied or intimidated by someone of the likes of Mr. Trump.
President Trump seemingly eager to pull more security clearances from current or former officials who have either been critical of him or involved in the Russia collusion investigation. His potential next target, a Justice Department official, Bruce Orr, whose wife, Nellie Orr, worked for Fusion GPS when the Clinton campaign hired the firm to compile the so-called Steele dossier on Trump's alleged connections with Russia. Before taking off for a fundraiser in New York, the president not holding back.
I think Bruce Orr is a disgrace. I suspect I'll be taking it away very quickly.
The White House says that it is currently scrutinizing the security clearances of 8 former and current officials, including former CIA Director James Comey. But it's unclear if he still has a security clearance because he was fired. Dan?
Tara, I think a lot of people are wondering, why do these former officials need security clearances at all if they're not working for the government?
That's a good question, Dan. They can ask the government for security briefings on certain topics, but often they're actually called in to brief their current colleagues on their expertise. At the same time, critics say that they use this access to sensitive information to monetize it in the private sector after their public sector time. But critics, like in the White House, say that John Brennan, in this instance, is using it for political purposes. Dan?
Tara Palmieri reporting in from New Jersey, where the president is spending the weekend. Tara, thank you. Let's bring in now ABC News chief political analyst Matthew Dowd, who's in Texas this morning. Matthew, good morning. The argument from the president's supporters is, as you've heard, why should somebody like John Brennan have a security clearance? He has become pretty political since he left office. He's essentially accused the president of treason. So it's not like the administration is going to call this guy up and ask him for his advice. What do you say about all of this?
Well, first, as Tara said, that a huge part of this is the current administrations, whoever that might be, Democrat or Republican, depends upon people with years and years of experience. And it's not as if they go out and seek to have these briefings. They give briefings because people want their experience on what might happen on national security issues. The other thing, if this wasn't a political decision by the president, why did he not revoke the security clearance of General Flynn and John Bolton, both of whom are incredibly political in all of this? Obviously, John Brennan has had a lot to say, and he's been very critical of the president. But the president has not made this decision in a bipartisan way. It is all people only critical of him and nobody that is political on his behalf.
Yeah, Michael Flynn, just for those who don't remember, the former National Security Advisor, John Bolton, the current National Security Advisor. Let's switch, though, to another major story out of Trump world and the world of politics generally. The ongoing trial of Paul Manafort, who ran Trump's campaign for many months. He's accused of bank and tax fraud. He's on trial right now. The jury is deliberating. And in the midst of all this, the president is weighing in a rather extraordinary way. I want to get you to take a listen to what he said on Friday.
When you look at what's going on there, I think it's a very sad day for our country. He worked for me for a very short period of time, but you know what? He happens to be a very good person. And I think it's very sad what they've done to Paul Manafort.
Okay, so critics are saying that the president may be trying to send a message either to the jurors, who are not sequestered in this case, or to Manafort himself. What's your take?
Well, I don't attribute a lot of grand strategy to the president on this. I don't think he thinks sitting there in the Oval Office, I'm going to do this, and therefore it's going to affect the jury, and therefore it might in some way help Manafort get off in all of this. I don't think he's thinking about this. I think the president viscerally responds. He's upset about it, and I think he's just doing that. That's on one hand his intention. The problem is it's not circumspect to do this in the middle of a trial. I can't think of another president in modern times who has spoken out publicly while a trial is going on with somebody that worked for them and saying what he thought of that person in the midst of this. So on one hand, I don't attribute some grand strategy, but on the other thing, it's certainly not circumspect, and I'm willing to bet his lawyers, if they could tell him not to do it, would tell him not to do it. But it's one of those things the president really shouldn't be weighing in on these things.
Matthew Dowd weighing in from Texas. Matt, we appreciate it.
Now to an intense manhunt underway this morning after a double murder in East Nashville.
Now, police say they are looking for a pair of cold-blooded killers with a possible link to other seemingly random shootings over the past week. ABC's Ariel Reshef joins us with the latest on the urgent search. Ariel, good morning.
Good morning to you guys. Police are now asking for the public's help in the desperate search for two armed and dangerous suspects after a string of shootings across the city.
This morning, an urgent manhunt for two cold-blooded killers. Nashville gripped by a spate of deadly gun violence.
At this hour, officers throughout the city are on the lookout for two cold-blooded killers who obviously have no respect whatsoever for the sanctity of human life.
3:30 a.m. Friday morning, authorities respond to the parking lot of an East Nashville bar, finding 33-year-old Bartley Teal and 30-year-old Jamie Saratonio fatally shot. Police say two armed suspects approached the group of friends who were celebrating Teal's birthday, robbing them, then opening fire, leaving loved ones devastated.
I'm still in shock that this could have possibly happened.
Police say the gunman fled the scene and headed to this alley where they dumped the victim's belongings. Authorities are now looking for this black car. At least 3 seemingly random shootings terrorizing the town in just 9 days. Authorities say it all started August 8th when a woman was shot in the back while walking her dogs at night. The unidentified woman, the wife of a crew member for the band One Republic, who posted this message on Twitter.
What took place while we were on stage was an unspeakable act of violence.
And another deadly incident August 14th. 31-year-old Kendall Rice gunned down while walking to a bus stop on his way to work. Police now amping up their patrols after the rash of crime that has rattled the city.
And investigators are not ruling out the possibility that all of those murders may be connected. Police say they're also not asking the public to stay inside, but instead just to make sure to go out in groups and remain vigilant.
Yeah, you said the city is rattled. I bet they are.
I'm sure. I mean, all of these victims relatively young, and it seems so senseless.
And those are such hip areas of Nashville where people are.
All right. Ariel, thank you so much. Turning now to an 18-year-old who is facing charges this morning for pushing her friend from a bridge.
The prosecutor's decision coming just hours after the teen's exclusive interview with GMA. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in our Los Angeles bureau with more. Good morning, Marcy.
Hi, guys. Good morning. The charge she faces is a misdemeanor, but if convicted, she could face nearly a year behind bars for those actions doctors and now prosecutors say could have killed her 16-year-old friend.
Ready?
This morning, that young woman seen pushing her friend off a bridge in Washington state, sending her plummeting nearly 60 feet into the river below, is charged with reckless endangerment.
I've already said I'm sorry. I'm facing charges and I accept them. That's all I'm going to say.
She pretty much just said her public apology on ABC.
Just hours before, in an exclusive interview with GMA, 18-year-old Taylor Smith explaining why, as Jordan Holgerson stood on the edge,
3, no, I won't go in 2,
apparently afraid to jump.
And I was like, no, like, don't count down. Like, I won't go if you count down. I'm not ready.
She made that fateful decision.
She wanted to jump and she was scared and she had asked me to give her a push and I didn't think about the consequences. I thought she would be fine.
Prosecutors stating in the arrest affidavit Smith's actions created a substantial risk of death as Holgerson recovers from 6 broken ribs, a punctured lung, and other injuries. She says she wants Smith to sit in jail and think about what she did.
I never intended to hurt her, ever, nor would I intend to hurt anyone. I'm really sorry it turned out that way.
And Holgerson is now home from the hospital. Smith says she hasn't been allowed to see her, but says she has apologized over text. Guys.
All right, thanks, Marcy. Now to that shocking case of that husband accused of murdering his wife and their 2 young daughters.
A town in Colorado remembering the missing family just hours after police identified their bodies. This news comes as Chris Watts sits behind bars awaiting formal charges, and ABC's Clayton Sandell is on the story.
Overnight, the community of Frederick coming together for a candlelight vigil. Residents of this suburban Colorado town in shock. Struggling to understand what could have driven the father of a seemingly picture-perfect family to allegedly murder his pregnant wife and their 2 daughters.
He reads me books, he ties my shoes.
Watts appearing in court Thursday, speaking little as the judge read him his rights.
You understand that? Yes, sir.
A stark contrast from his demeanor in this interview just after his family was first reported missing.
I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here.
But just a day later, Watts was taken into custody and transported to jail. His story reportedly changing to a confession.
If he did confess and he does come clean, the question's going to be, what's his defense?
Court documents now painting a horrifying picture. Investigators revealing they recovered his wife Shanann's body in a shallow grave. The bodies of 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste found submerged for days in an oil tank on a property where Watts worked. Nicholas and Amanda Thayer were close friends of the Watts. Before Chris's arrest, standing by his side, even opening their home Tuesday night.
Do you feel betrayed?
Oh my God. During no time in the 48 to 72 hours we were with him did he ever show remorse.
Family members tell ABC the couple was having marriage troubles, but whatever so completely shattered their seemingly idyllic family life this morning remains a mystery. For Good Morning America, Clayton Sandell, ABC News, Frederick, Colorado.
Amazing hearing from the friends of the couple, who even after all of this, and he spent time in their home and all of that. Awful story.
Yeah.
All right, turning now to Ron for a check of the rest of the day's headlines. Good morning to you.
Whit, good morning to you. Eva and Dan, weatherman.
What's up,
Good morning to you.
Get on it.
We're going to begin with breaking news this morning from Switzerland. The family of former UN Secretary General and Nobel Peace Laureate Kofi Annan announcing his death this morning after a short illness. Annan, who was born in Ghana, was the first African to head the UN. He spent 2 terms as the world's top diplomat. Kofi Annan was 80 years of age. In Italy, a state funeral is being held for those who died in Tuesday's bridge collapse in the city of Genoa. Today was declared a national day of mourning for the nation as Italian media reporting that the death toll has now risen to 41. Some families have been holding private funerals in their hometowns, many of those family members blaming the collapse on government negligence and vowing to boycott the state memorial. Back here in the U.S., in Florida, a newly released video shows a police officer's desperate effort to save a 3-year-old girl found locked in a hot car overnight. As she slips in and out of consciousness, you see Seminole County Deputy Bill Dunn rush her into his patrol car, cranking up the air conditioning as he drives the child to the hospital. The little girl did survive. Her mother, though, facing charges of child neglect. Tesla stock is in a tailspin, closing down nearly 9% on Friday amid reports that Tesla board members are worried about company CEO Elon Musk. The New York Times reporting that board members concerned about Musk's behavior lately, including going days without sleeping, as well as his tweet that the company might go private in an interview Musk called the past year excruciating. And in Detroit, funeral plans have been released for music legend Aretha Franklin. A private service will be held at the Greater Grace Temple on August 31st, following 2 days of public viewings at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History in Detroit, a museum that the Queen of Soul is said to have visited often. Aretha Franklin dying Thursday at the age of 76. And finally, in Arizona, the Tucson Police Department getting a little extra help at a low cost in their efforts to keep the roads there safe. The department placed some mannequins dressed up as police officers along some of the most dangerous intersections. The goal here to slow down speeders. The real officers say that it has worked. The officers say they saw a big drop in the number of traffic tickets given out during the experiment, possibly connected to the fact that mannequins cannot give out traffic.
Yes. I would slow down, though, wouldn't you? If you saw that from a distance, like, oh, wait a second.
Even if you just see a cop car, I slam on the brakes.
Some cities do that.
This is like the farmers figured this out a long time ago, the scarecrows.
That's right. Exactly that.
Apparently working.
In the end, we're all replaceable.
Apparently.
By the way,
yes, we do have a mannequin. This morning.
Yeah, there is an app for that. Hey,
Siri, what's the forecast? Hey, weatherman, what's happening?
That's my just call me weatherman from now on. I'll take that. All right, check this out. Hey, you may have been woken up by this last night if you live in the New York City area. Lightning and yes, thunder came along with it. Even the notorious deep sleeper Ron Claiborne reportedly woken up and jostled to the point where his sleeping cat was ajar. We have, this can be dangerous. I shouldn't joke too much about it. Also, some flooding across the New York City streets. Dublin, New Hampshire, seeing a tremendous amount of rainfall there, and even buckling the streets just around Main Street. And in Pennsylvania, some storm damage from wind, knocking down trees and some power lines, and just the latest batch of storms rolling through central New Jersey earlier this morning. 60-mile-an-hour winds there. So we still have this going on, and we've got a flash flood watch that's been posted for eastern Pennsylvania and much of New Jersey, mostly because the ground is so saturated from the last couple of rounds of rain, in some cases seeing 2 months worth of rain just this past week. So it's not going to take much to see more in the way of flash flooding. So this front kind of squeezes some more of that action out later on today as it drifts down to the south. The bottom half of it kind of hangs down to across parts of the south. 1 to 2 inches of rainfall to the north, maybe a little bit more towards Virginia and the Carolinas, because it'll linger, I think, throughout the day tomorrow. That's a check on the national headlines. Weather-wise, now time for a look at your local forecast.
Hey, good morning, Washington. Partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies as we head through the morning hours. Now this afternoon, a little bit of sunshine breaking through. Have the chance for some scattered storms, particularly around 3 to 8 o'clock this afternoon and evening. High temperatures near the 90-degree mark. Heading to the Nationals game tonight, again, bring the rain gear. Just have it in case. 84 degrees at first pitch, dropping into the upper 70s. For tomorrow, not quite as hot. We'll continue to have the chance for some scattered storms. Temperatures in the mid-80s.
Indeed. We are all replaceable.
Replaced already. Version of you.
Yeah, he doesn't talk back. Some say he's more popular.
He might be taller, too.
He is taller.
I got to stand up straight. He's the lighting guy. All right, get on.